Okay.
Hi.
Hi. Okay, you're in here. You're in my ear.
I'm
All
here.
right. Okay. So, here's what we're doing today. We're two witches and the truth, but we're two witches and true news. We're talking about the truth today, and like we do every day, I want to start with some news highlights of the day.
I,
And I use Ground News, and I don't get paid by Ground News. If you want to pay me, hello, hi, it's good to see you. So I have my very first update of today,
mhm.
and I made a TikTok about it. You didn't see it. Putin
I didn't see it
gave
yet. No.
Trump Putin gave Trump a portrait of Trump.
Hmm.
Putin
Okay.
gave Trump a
Okay.
portrait of Trump. I want what do you okay, real
Okay.
quick while you're
I,
sitting on it. I want you to sit because if you're out there, come on in. Trump received a gift from his daddy, a picture of himself. So Trump received a portrait from Putin of Trump. And to me, this is a gift to your side piece, is what this is. This is a really nice side piece gift. Okay,
so I have a
Rebecca,
couple
go. I
questions.
apologize. Yes.
Couple questions. No, it's fine. One, have you seen the picture? Do we know what this picture looks like? Is Trump naked on a horse, just like the video
Well,
of
there's
Putin
okay.
being?
One of my favorite things is it says Dmitry Peskov, the Kremlin spokesperson, called the portrait a personal gift while declining further comments.
Oh, okay. That
Right?
tells us a lot.
So guys, if you're just joining us, Putin gave Trump a portrait of Trump. Okay. And I am loving this. And if you're loving this, please tap the screen, like our live. Please share it with your friends. We just started, so we're gonna be on for a little while. We have some topics to go over. It's gonna be a good time. We really appreciate you guys. So Putin gave Trump a portrait of Trump, and the spokesperson from the Kremlin called the portrait a personal gift while declining further comment. I have more to read
Um,
about this.
I think, I feel like, you and I have been friends now, what, 6 years now? More than that. I think maybe 7 years. And we have not exchanged photos and portraits of each other for each other. But I think now that is a standard we need to. You are getting something in the mail next week, ma'am. And it's going to be a picture of you. And it'll be from me. And I want you to know that you need to hang that up somewhere, like where
Mhm.
everyone can see, not just you, because it's not for you. It's not
Yeah.
about you. It's about everyone in your close vicinity to know that I sent you a picture of yourself for you to hang up.
Well, and I appreciate, and
Oh,
I would take it, and I would hang it up,
yeah. And
like
you
I
need to
would.
send me one too,
I
because
would. Should I paint it myself?
yes, please, please, please paint it yourself.
I will. I will. Xavier, thank you so much for liking the live. We really appreciate
Thank you,
you.
Xavier.
It
We
means a lot.
we don't have Putin money, so we can't pay someone to paint pictures of each other for each other, um, or of ourselves, of yourself for yourself. But we need to definitely think about that. And anyone else in this live, if you have a best friend that you feel like you love a lot, um, you need to get a picture of themselves for them, because that's how you show true love for somebody,
Yes.
platonic
Yes.
or otherwise.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, and listen, this portrait of Trump that Putin gave Trump, and I want to reiterate that for anybody that's out there. Putin gave Trump a portrait of Trump, and it was a personal gift. And Witkoff, who is a part of the Kremlin, described the portrait. No, I'm sorry. That's Trump's. Witkoff is Trump's. I can't tell the difference between Trump's people and Putin's people because everybody's inside of each other. You know what I mean? Witkoff described the portrait as beautiful and noted that Trump was touched by the gesture.
Who touched him? Okay. All right. Listen, I think that can we just talk? Does anyone remember when Trump was the last time, not this current inauguration, but the last time, where he hated Putin? Does anybody remember that? Because I remember
Well,
it.
so I know we've discussed this, but Trump never hated Putin. You know that.
No, but he
Like,
made remarks.
yeah. Well, and you know what I think he did? Because Trump has always had an in with like the Russian mob. The Russian mob would stay in his hotels. Like this, you can find all this. All of this is available. And stuff like that. So what I think this time around was Trump was just outright like, yeah, me and Putin are friends. We've been friends. And he's one of the main reasons why I even ran for president. And this time, him and Elon are in on it together because Elon, like I said, Elon has government contracts with America, yet he's friends with Putin. And this was going on. So here's the thing. Biden gave Elon military contracts. So I want that to be known that it wasn't Trump that gave Elon his first military contracts. That was Biden. And I'm disgusted by it. So it's not like I'm proud of it. No, it's one of those things that makes me dislike Biden because unlike, you know, how Trump supporters are like, that's my daddy, Trump's my daddy, I love Trump. I don't do that with politicians, especially men. Disgusting.
My Mars is in Scorpio too. I get it.
My Mars is in Scorpio. Absolutely not. I don't have time for men to be men. So and not no. Anyway, during the meeting, wow, my country. During the meeting, Putin mentioned he had prayed for Trump after he was shot at a rally in Pennsylvania.
Wow, okay.
Does any of this feel like they're lovers?
I'm waiting, I'm waiting for Putin to just be like, "Hey, I'm moving here." Like I'm waiting for something of that nature to happen because you know what's going to happen. I don't know how that's going to manifest, but
well, you know what? Putin prayed for Trump, and he sent him a personal gift that was a portrait of him.
Sure did.
And that gift was a personal gift. And it was beautiful. And Trump was touched by the gesture. Now, it literally says Trump was touched by the gesture. And if I was a Trump supporter, I'd be like, how was he touched?
Exactly. Who touched him?
Who touched him? But, I don't know if you know this, but touch can also mean, emotional. That's not for you. That's just for any Trump supporters that could
be listening. Not what we're talking about, though. Yeah, that's neither here nor there.
Okay. So I have something. So we're going to move on from that because that was Trump and Putin's love story, and I really thought it was amazing and fabulous. So this was updated 52 minutes ago. So I don't know if anybody has heard about the National Security Advisor Michael Waltz sent out a private chat to a journalist by mistake, calling it a glitch, of military operations. So we're talking war plans. We're talking like there was stuff in there. So this guy, Jeffrey Goldberg, you can look him up. He's the person that received these private chats on accident from Michael Waltz. Oh. And what does it say? My screen's being something. Swipe right. I'm elderly. Don't tell me to do nothing, screen. Okay. So he leaked it. Like he literally accidentally sent it to a journalist. And the journalist thought like it was like fake until he saw that things were really happening in Yemen that he got a text about.
Oh my God.
Well, Trump not planning to fire Waltz after national security signal leak.
Okay. That's fine, I guess.
Trump commented that Goldberg's presence in the chat had no impact at all on military operations. This is the man screaming, but her emails.
Okay.
Oh, God. But Hillary's emails. Number one, I don't give a shit about Hillary. I don't give a shit. And her emails, yeah, she should have been better about it. Absolutely. But the thing with Trump is he says one thing and does another.
My question is why was this so long? Why did this person? It doesn't matter. Listen, we are very. Our administration right now is very much touch and go because I don't know if you remember, but when Trump was running and then it looked like he had won. That's hearsay. But he had won. And remember, he was firing everybody left and right. Like everybody and their mother was like, this person's going to go, this person's coming in, this person's going to go, this person's coming in. For no reason. He never gave a reason. But now he has reasoning to fire certain people because our safety as a country is at stake. But I guess that's not important right now because he's got his own picture of himself in the White House. So,
well, listen, he said Trump remarked this was the only glitch in 2 months, emphasized it was not that serious.
Oh, okay.
It was not that serious.
Yeah, that
Hey,
makes sense.
quick pause. If you're in here, you're enjoying us, just hit the screen, tap the screen for us. We'd really appreciate it. Share with any friends. We appreciate you. We are talking about how Trump is not planning to fire Waltz. Waltz is our national security advisor. He accidentally sent a chat to a journalist, Jeffrey Goldberg, about what they were going to do in Yemen before it happened. Trump does not plan on firing Waltz. He doesn't plan on firing Waltz. I can't with that. It was wild. Trump expressed confidence in his team and stated he was not frustrated by the events leading to the situation.
That's cute. Yeah, I mean, right now, Trump is very concerned with making sure that everyone goes out to buy a Tesla. So that is not on the top of his docket right now. And I get it. Like, you got to make sure that Elon makes his money because, stock market's going down for him. So it's okay.
Well, there's something else going on. So Trump is deporting people illegally.
Oh, really? Could you talk more about that, please?
Trump is deporting people illegally. So let's talk about this. So Trump is sending people to Guantanamo Bay.
Great.
And other wonderful places. And there's a Judge James Boasberg, seeks information to determine if the government violated his orders regarding deportation flights of Venezuelan gang members. Now, here's the deal. Trump is deporting all kinds of people. Yes. We talked the other day about Trump deporting people who are here on visas.
Yes.
Legally.
Yes.
Deporting people who are married to American citizens and have been for some time. Yes. Or people, like he's talking about getting rid of children who were born here, but their parents were migrants, right? Their parents weren't documented.
That would, well, my mother was documented, but that would include me because I'm a child of a migrant. So,
well, and the thing is, the good news for someone like you who has an American-born father, is you have even though your mother was born in South Korea, your father was born here.
Yep.
And so, you have that. But I mean, think of people who, if both your parents were South Korean,
I can't imagine.
You could potentially be in that place, and that's what's really scary to me.
This whole thing with the deportation, I thought that our wonderful president, I thought his wife was an immigrant, right? Am I just making that up in my head, or?
No, his wife actually at one point was an illegal citizen. And I don't use illegal immigrant. I don't like that word. I say undocumented. But if it comes to Melania Trump, I say that she was an illegal alien. And because I don't care where she's from. All of a sudden the country comes out in me.
Yeah.
Thank you guys. Thank you for liking the live. Welcome. If you like us, tap the screen. We were talking about Trump being removing people with green cards and legal visas. He's trying to remove students, guys. It's not just, people who have come here undocumented. And listen, U.S. to revoke legal status of more than 500,000 migrants, urges them to self-deport. 500,000 migrants. So a lot of these people, all of these people are completely legal in the U.S. right now. So he's doing something that he stated he wouldn't do. And this is not approved. So he's signing all of these executive orders, and they don't mean shit.
Mm-hmm.
Because we have judges saying, no, you can't do this. Because Trump has to understand that's why we have checks and balances. He cannot do whatever he feels like doing.
Yeah.
He has to go by the law. That's part of it. Period.
Mm-hmm.
The termination of their work permits and deportation protections under an immigration authority known as parole will take effect in late April, 30 days after March 25th, according to a notice posted by the federal government.
How many more months of him do we have? Have we done the count? Are we?
Well, he's trying to get a third hell. I don't know what's it called.
A third election?
Yeah, no, he's trying to go in for a third quarter. For a third quarter. That's what I'm trying to.
Great. Let's do this.
Hi, dear. It's good to see you.
Hi, a boy named Sue. Listen, I hate everything. You know what we should do for this live?
What?
Every time we do this live, we should do a countdown of how many more months we have left.
You know what? Let me Google it right now. How many more
it's like, I go to the gym
of Trump if he doesn't take over the government? Sorry.
It's fine. I go to the gym. How many more months? Where are we at? Penny, don't sugarcoat it. What is it?
I don't know. I'm looking.
It's that bad.
Nobody's made a countdown.
This is what we're gonna. This is it. This is our calling. This is what we're gonna do right now.
Okay, so he'll be out of there. What? The 2029? It'll be January 20th, 2029. Yeah. Next.
Okay.
Inauguration day. So the next. Oh yeah. Sorry. Go ahead. I'm saying.
I go to the gym, and my trainer, who I love him very much, he does my little countdown. He's like, hey, you have like 10 reps to do this exercise. I'm like, great. He's counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm counting 10, 9, 8, and below because I want to know how much more left I have.
Do you want the days left of how long Trump is in office?
I don't want days because days is too depressing. I want months.
Well, I have days.
Just say the fucking days.
It's 1,397 days.
Okay, all right.
We have 1,397 days left till the next inauguration.
I will be happy once we break that 1,000.
How are we going to get there?
Well, I don't.
Like, that's my. And then he's talking about getting a third. What's that? You guys, what's that word?
Third election. Third election.
A third. Yeah, but it's a third term. Oh my God, why couldn't I think of the word term? I've gardened this morning.
And to answer your previous question, I think that's how you and I are going to get through. I don't garden, but I do eat a lot of cake.
Speaking of that.
So probably I'll be eating a lot of cake.
Oh my God, even my lighter knows Trump's going to be here a long time. My lighter won't even work. I think it killed itself.
Where's the lighter I got you?
Oh man, I didn't mean to say that. That was for educational purposes. God. It's about a lighter, I promise.
I think that the days that we have left. So I'm really trying to put this in gym terms because I love going to the gym, but I always think about how much of these exercises do I have to do until I can start eating what I want to eat again. And like I probably have like 1,000 days worth of that time till I can start eating what I want to eat.
No,
Um,
I look at it as how long am I going to be chained in somebody's basement?
that's not, but
You're
that's
like, oh,
sitting
oh,
in the.
this is a workout thing. And I'm over here like, oh, how long is this man going to chain me in his basement and feed me leftovers that he forgot to give his pigs? That's
You
the
gotta
Trump presidency.
you gotta
Like it
learn
puts
to
its
not
lotion on its skin or else it gets the hose again. I
don't
apologize, but that's how I feel.
don't sit in the pain. You gotta look to brighter things. And the brighterness of it is it will end. It will end. It will end eventually. Don't look at me like
I'll
that.
end, it'll end, somebody will
It,
end. I mean,
but
because
we're,
here, look,
we're
I
past
washed my hair yesterday and
it.
it's itchy because Trump is lice. Like he makes me feel like I have germs on me at all times.
That's fine.
So, Stormy Daniels, this is one of my favorite things to talk about with Trump because I if we're going to talk about all the things he's doing, then I get to mention all the things that I enjoy that drive him insane.
Fine.
Stormy Daniels said that his little member fella looked like a small little mushroom.
Can we do this? We before for anyone on this live, we had literally had a phone conversation, not even 5 minutes before we went online. And the number one thing, 'cause I said, what are the things we can't talk about? And immediately the first thing Samantha said was body parts. Can't talk about body parts. I said, okay, that's fine.
Well, no, but I'm not saying that, like I'm saying, his little friend.
Stop. I don't even want. No, we're not. Let's
Hey,
move on.
hey, oh my God, do you know? Hold on. Oh man, I'm like in a spot. I have this little mushroom over there. It's like this big,
Stop. No.
and like I
Go get
just want to get it and be
Go
like,
get it. Go get it.
this is
Go
this
get
is
it.
Trump's friend.
Just-
And tomorrow that will be part of this situation. Is like I'm gonna have that mushroom sitting up here with my cat, and that's gonna be Trump's friend from now on.
we've got to be careful. Like we are in Trump's
Who's got to
America.
be careful?
We do. We.
You be careful. I listen. I'm prepared because I have already ran my mouth for years about him. So there is nothing I can do now. I am prepared for him. I'm prepared for anybody who has talked crap about him to be put away. So here I am. Oh, Ola.
But we have to live our lives too.
I'm living. I got 1,397 days left in this basement.
I thought, first of all, the fact that you got days instead of months, that's just treacherous. You shouldn't have done that. That's why I asked for months. I didn't ask for days because days makes it worse.
Yeah.
When I come back to the next live, we're definitely going to get the months because I can't listen to that 1,397 whatever fucking day. I can't
Yeah.
do that. But all that to say, I'm positive in the sense that like, let me just be Miss Positive Patty for right now.
Okay.
What makes me happy about this whole situation is that there's so many people who are younger than me, my age and younger than me, who are fighting the good fight of understanding that, like, yes, 1,390 whatever days is terrible, but we still have a silver lining somewhere because they know that they have to fight it in order to become better versions of themselves. So there are people who are part of the POC community, that are part of the LGBTQIA community, that are part of, a community where they are being, what is the word? Chastised for just being them.
Yeah.
And they are looking for better days because they're just like, that's what comes out of every treacherous time in history, right? Like it's that like fight to want to change the world and be better, blah, 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 blah. And so what I'm saying is in our 1,309, is that what you said?
Yeah. Trump's in office for 1,397 more days. I
We,
apologize to everyone out there who didn't hear that before, and now you have to sit with that today. But
we are gonna
at least we
listen.
did.
We are gonna make it. Okay, we have to.
And if we don't, we don't.
No, we we we're gonna make it because we are here and we are Americans, and being American still has amazing things to demonstrate and say and be, because we were Americans before Trump was ever president.
Oh, hold on. I have a YouTube on, and I apologize. I was going to play you a song.
Please don't let it be anything that has to do with, you know. But yeah, I think, and also I think that we have to understand that
Listen, hold on.
the good things that have come from being.
If I don't make it through this time, if I don't make it through this time. I apologize. I just that's what I heard it in my head.
Thank you for everyone who's still here, still on the live, because I know that it's just, we're not off the rails of any means, because we've learned a lot of facts. We have 1,397 days left of this whole of pain.
We learned Trump got a beautiful gift from Putin. Trump got a beautiful gift from Putin that is a portrait of Trump, and he literally said it's beautiful. It was a beautiful gift. He was very touched.
These are my shirt.
What's that say?
It's a throat punch kind of day.
Oh, okay, I apologize. It's backwards, reverse. And I'm I'm old.
That's how I feel.
Yeah.
That right now. Even if it's myself. Yes, that's how I feel.
Okay, hold on. So we've literally, I will get into what, the main topic of the day, right? We're going to get back on track here, I promise. And it'll be because Rebecca's reminding me to get on track.
Well, my question is what is the main topic? Because I still don't know, other than the fact that we have 1,397 days left. What is the main topic?
Well, we're talking about, Gen Z has seen some wild stuff, but it's really millennials and above have seen rights be given and rights be taken away. Yes. So as someone who is part of the Pink Pony Club community.
Wow.
That's what
wow.
I'm a lesbianist. Okay. And I watched in 2015. So I got married in 2013 in Vermont because it was not legal to get married in Kentucky. I don't know what the fuck that is. But it was not legal to get married in Kentucky at the time. So I had to go to Vermont. Now, keep in mind, I got divorced and, I did everything straight people did. So I felt like it was right. But it became legal across the U.S. in 2015 with the Obergefell versus Hodges case. The Supreme Court ruled the 14th Amendment guarantees the right to marry to same-sex couples, requiring all states to license and recognize their marriages on same terms as those of opposite-sex couples. And all of this is for educational purposes and for news purposes, because it's so important. Because some Gen Z are going to remember that, right? And as millennials, and especially as someone who is part of that community, that's on the table right now for the Supreme Court to remove. And I was having a conversation the other day, about it's really sad when, gay marriage, and we're talking, that is for political educational purposes. I am that. It's sad when that's on the table to be taken away. And that's not even the scariest thing, because they already removed Roe v. Wade. And that was the scariest thing, because with LGBTQ marriage, it's not directly people. It's not directly like physically hurting people. With the
Well,
removal of RV Wade, it is directly physically hurting people. You get what I mean by that?
yeah.
Mentally,
Um,
not having marriage is very harmful.
I think also, I mean, how do I describe this? I think everything has a ripple effect, and I think
Yeah.
that even though it may not directly relate to you as to what exactly affects you when they drop these laws and take them away, give them and take them away. Um, it does affect you on a certain, like for instance, like um, if they take away gay marriage again, not again,
Again. Eh.
um, but if they take away gay marriage, yeah, I think it still does affect me, even though unfortunately I am not a part of that community. Um, I think it does affect me because it not just affects people that I love, but also like so I saw this video on TikTok. This creator called Domo Draper. He's amazing. He's so funny, extremely intelligent. And he did a video about this, about hey, they're gonna, they're getting ready to get marriage, and if you think that doesn't affect you, you need to take your head out of your behind, because once they go after that, they're gonna start going after interracial marriage. After they go after interracial marriage, is gonna be dealing with people who people marrying people of color, and then Asian people marrying people of color, other people of color, because we're trying to become white America again. And I think the thing is like what you just said, as far as it doesn't affect you, it will affect you directly, no matter who you are. Like that's just how
Well,
it's going to be. He's
it's
doing a
already
little
so.
bit.
That's a piece. Is it already is. So you brought up in our last live, and we couldn't really talk about it because we didn't have a bunch of news sources yet.
Yeah.
But the Trump administration has removed a long-standing directive from the civil rights era that explicitly prohibited federal contractors from allowing segregated facilities. The latest move to eradicate diversity, equity, and inclusion policies from government operations that has drawn fierce rebuke. So, another piece of that, though, is the Civil Rights Act of 1964 still bars discrimination and segregated facilities in the U.S. Okay. Once this goes back to Trump doing things he's not allowed to do. This isn't part of his job. This isn't part of stuff. This is Supreme Court, Congress, Senate stuff. Because the Supreme Court, even itself, was chosen by the president.
Right.
So when big things are done, like anything that has to do with the marriage, legal marriage, I don't care about anybody's religious marriage. That doesn't matter to me at all.
Uh-huh.
Anything that has to do with health, anything that has to do with human rights, like stuff like that needs to be done with the Senate and the Congress, because those are put in by the American people, by the
Yeah.
states. That way the states can vote on what their state specifically wants. Because over half of America did not vote for Trump. Right? When you look at
Oh,
California,
here we are.
California didn't vote for Trump. So when the Senate and the Congress gets together, that's why we have all these checks and balances. Guys, thank you for liking the live. If you're enjoying it, please continue to like the live, share with your friends. We really appreciate it. But that's the piece, is like the Senate and the Congress are the ones are supposed to be making these kinds of decisions.
Right.
And even when the president makes a decision, he's held to the Senate and the Congress. The issue right now is Trump's buddies have taken over the Senate and the Congress, and he's put most of his people in the Supreme Court. He's done all this on purpose. No one can check him right now. And that's the scary thing.
So where does that leave us? Where do we I mean, other than just like continue getting punched in the face. That's what's been happening for the last 2 months.
Do you need me to play Groove is in the Heart again?
No, I'm good, thanks. I I'm wondering like what is it that we have to do moving forward? Like we can sit here and debate all day about he's not supposed to be doing this, but he's doing it anyways. He's got people in power that will not check him. But like at the end of the day, like how can we
Let me tell you,
how
the
can we
reason why Trump won this time, and I think that's the biggest piece is number one, voting.
yeah.
And how did Trump win? Because people did not educate themselves.
Yeah.
People
Well,
did not care to learn the truth, and they listened to propaganda.
yeah.
I think the biggest thing right this minute the American people can do is educate themselves on American politics, on what's really going on in America. Because me and Rebecca are two different people completely. I grew up in a middle lower class home. Like imagine a mixture of Roseanne and Malcolm in the Middle, and I'm being cute. And then Rebecca grew up in a very nice home. She went to an Ivy League college. She's, but we still have a lot of the same thought processes. Because even though Rebecca had all these amazing things in her life, everybody reminded her daily that she is Rebecca.
Black. A person of color. Tell me the earth. What do you want me to say? Like all of it. Like
Well, no, that's the piece, right? Is like Rebecca's done all these amazing things, but yet people remind her every day she's black. And I'm like, well, why does that matter? She's also Korean.
yeah.
She's also an artist. She's also like a creator. She's an activist. Like, she's all of these things. And then for me, though, nobody ever says, like, oh, Sam's white. That's never really it. It's either Sam
Man, that
is,
would be great.
well,
How would you deal with it if you just went to the grocery store and you go check out and then there's a person who is white also though, and they say,
mhm.
"Hey, don't forget you're white." Like that would make my day just to see that happen, just to see the interaction of like the
I,
anger that comes through your face. Like I
listen to
would
me.
die. I would
If
die.
somebody did that, I would be so shocked. Because
Really?
so yeah, because I do this thing. Okay, so I don't know if you guys know this. Racist white people always point out the color of people. Okay, and that's something me and Rebecca talk about. And the reason why I brought it up on the live is because that's a conversation we have regularly.
Yeah.
And so for me, when I describe people, I make sure to say, oh, they were white. Yeah, this white woman down at the store, or this white woman got in my way, or this white woman bothered me, or this
Oh
white
my
woman
God.
was rude to me, because I'm not a normal white woman. I think I'm missing so much melanin. It went like there, I just think I got some common sense back.
And it's so crazy because and it's, though we just said like people remind me all the time that I'm a person of color. Whenever, and you can vouch for this too, is like whenever I describe people, like I saw a person at the store or, I was in line somewhere, I never describe what their race is. I never do. And I have other friends who are white that they're like, well, what, they don't say race. They say, what was their background? And when I was younger, I thought that meant, you mean like, where did they go to school? Like, I didn't
Right.
understand what that meant. And I realized,
No,
oh,
and
it's
that
because
didn't mean that shit at all. Well,
yeah,
and always know, like, white people mean.
I,
Like, I don't understand, like, people will tell you what they want to tell you. I don't ask people like really invasive questions like that unless I've known you for a while, right? So if I'm going to get to know somebody, I'm like, hey, what are you into reading?
mhm.
What type of music do you like? What are your hobbies? I don't immediately need to jump to, hey, where did your great grandparents go ahead and reside from? I was wondering where you came from. Was it over there in the Asia, Rebecca?
I
Like,
gotta, I gotta,
why?
I gotta tell you a funny story. So, when I was in my 20s, which is quite a while ago. Quite a while ago. This guy was, hitting on me, and he goes, "Girl, what from?" And I was like, "Well, I was born in Texas. I don't know." And I currently was at that time I was in Virginia. I was like, I was born in Texas, but I live in Roanoke. He's like, no, 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 like, where are you from? And I said, San Antonio, Texas. And he was getting upset because I knew what he was asking. Like that's the thing. It's the first question. Every man who's ever hit on me is the first question because they can't tell what I am. And but this is just a guy who's passing through. I think we were at Chipotle or something. And I said, well, I'm not from Roanoke, which is where we were at. He's like, no, where are you from? Like he asked me like 4 times. And I said, I don't understand what you're asking me. Like just acting dumb. And I'm walking out the door and he screams at the top of his lungs. He's like, what are you mixed with? That's what he asked me.
Wow.
And I looked at him and I was like, wouldn't you like to know? And then I just walked out. But it's just like, that is the number one thing is like people, and that's why I kind of like being a person who is mixed because I love to keep people guessing.
Can you start saying a unicorn and your dad?
You do.
When people say, Rebecca, what are you mixed with? You should say a unicorn and your dad.
Oh my God.
I heard he's into bestiality.
Oh my God.
And that is for educational purposes. And that's probably where we should end the live today. Because I am always the one lecturing Rebecca about, hey, we can't say that. And then today I'm like, oh,
wow. Listen.
No, that was a good time. That was a good time for everybody.
Thank you for being in the live. I am sorry. Like
thank you.
Everyone in this live, thank you so much for the gifts and the likes. But also I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yes, yes. I am grateful for everybody here. We'll be on tomorrow and Thursday. Unless, something happens, knock on wood. And I don't even mean in our personal lives. I mean Trump decides to fly over with something and just
Whoa. You need to chill out. We gotta go.
That's Mercury retrograde. It's bringing me down. I'm laying in like that's where I am now.
You need to keep 2 feet on the ground. That's what you need to do. That's what we need to start doing.
Wow. Well, I just want you to know we have 1,300. Oh, where is it?
97.
1,397 days left of Trump's presidency. 1,003, and tomorrow we'll have 1,396.
I don't like this thing. I thought it was going to be nice to have on the live. No, we're not doing this again.
It's not live. It's not nice. It hurts. It's hurting me.
Yeah, I thought it would be better because we could count it down, but this is the reverse.
No, it's physically painful. Well, on that note, guys, we'll see you tomorrow. And I hate Donald Trump. Okay.
Okay.